Okay.
हाँ.
Okay. So, good evening, sir.
Good
Uh,
evening.
I'm
Let us start.
very happy to have amongst us respected B. Chandrasekhar, sir, President of DBMS College of Education, and Secretary Mrs. Priya Dharmarajan with us today. I warmly welcome the entire faculty of DBMS College of Education and the staff members. At the onset, let me first wish you all a very promising education day today. As you all know, today we are all celebrating the birth anniversary of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, who was the first education minister of independent India. I don't know whether all of you know or not. Abul Kalam Ghulam Muhyiddin Ahmad bin Khairuddin Al Hassan Azad was the full name of Abul Kalam
Okay.
Azad. He was born on 11th November 1888 in Makkah. He lost his father at a very early age and came to settle in Kolkata with his grandfather. As a child, Kalam was an avid reader and used to run a library, a reading room, and a debating society. Imagine at the age of 12. He developed political views and became a
हमको नहीं
full-fledged
समझ में तुम क्या बोला, चौधरी बात समझा.
nationalist. Azad wrote many books, including the famous India Wins Freedom. He was very close to Mahatma Gandhi and was the founder of Jamia Millia Islamia University, which you all know, which was managed entirely by Indians without any British support. Azad actively participated in the freedom struggle. He had promoted Hindu Muslim unity and was proud of being an Indian. He played important role in framing policies for free India and as India's first education minister, he emphasized on educating the rural poor and girls especially. Under his leadership, first IIT was established in 1951 and UGC in 1953. In 1992, the of India posthumously awarded Bharat Ratna to Maulana Azad. And every year we celebrate his birthday, that is today, 11th November, as Education Day. And today, this Education Day is all the more very relevant for us because you know that the National Education Policy 2020 um, has been introduced in July. It was drafted in and presented in July 20, and it has come at a point when this time when Europe, USA, Japan, and many other countries have an elderly population, while India, with an average age of 29 in 2020, is among the younger nations of the world. India is poised to be both the workhorse of the global economy as well as the knowledge resource hub globally in the 21st century. At present, 69 crores of the Indian population is below the age of 29. I hope all of you know this, that the median age of India is 28.9 years. Today, 40 crore Indian students are pursuing higher education. To tap these 40 crore students, we need a holistic and comprehensive approach in the education system. By 2050, this young population will reach the age of 50 to 60. Today, we need to focus on this age group. We need to cater to their educational needs by providing all infrastructural facilities so that they can fly high on the wings of technology and science. Uh, we have amongst us eminent educationist and a person with rich experience in the field of education to throw light on the education and the national education policy today. I welcome Mr. B. Chandrasekhar uh, to enrich us with his ideas and experience. Thank you, sir. Most welcome, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Juhi. I wish all of you a very happy and enlightening Education Day. I also heard with interest all the details and about our first education minister of the country from Dr. Juhi, and it was very nice. Uh, as I can see, as I can see today, we have a very young population, and they all want to be future ready. So it is our responsibility as educationists, as teachers, as organizers of education, to make our children future ready.
Yes,
How
sir.
we make our children future ready will depend on how we train our teachers or future teachers who are going to take the mantle of teaching in the days to come. As we say, I just in the morning I was reading some of this. In the morning I read our Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. I read this is the vision of uh, our rishis, that a sincere teacher must enchant the students. You see the word, mark the word. It says, Vedavyasa says, he is conceptualized as a teacher. And he says, a sincere teacher must enchant the students to walk the path, he wishes them to tread by treading the path himself or herself. So the teacher must be a kind of a leader who must inspire the students to walk the path he wishes them to path by doing himself or herself. And everywhere, in our literature, Vedic literature, one thing is very seriously and very properly emphasized, that all the other assets, physical assets, and maybe whatever assets you have, it will always diminish if you share with others. So if you are a rich person, if you give away your riches to others, to that extent your wealth will go down. If you have land, for instance, if you gift away or sell, your land quantity or volume will go down. But education is one asset which will never deplete by sharing. So it says in all our Gurukul ashrams, what they always started the morning was with this prayer, that it read like this: Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. So the knowledge will remain complete before and after you share. After you share the knowledge, your knowledge will not get depleted. So it says, Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. After you give away your knowledge, you will have the same volume, same amount of knowledge which you had earlier before you share the knowledge with others. So it is one asset which will never get depleted by sharing. Long time ago, our Gurukul was an institution which kept the student there in the place, in one place. And the student and the teacher interacted with each other regularly. They learned from the environment, they learned from natural resources, natural forces. They learned from each other, they interacted with each other. So the learning process
Your knowledge
was
will not get
a
depleted.
24-hour, model. The model was, all the time. They learned all the time because they were away from their home and they were whole time in a place. So in a way, our hostel system tries to replicate that, but it is nowhere near. Uh, so the new education policy emphasizes that your students should learn more from practical, more from natural sources, more from teaching them in practice what you're going to teach in theory. So more from conceptual place, conceptualization of the ideas. Our teachers should be trained to give them practical idea. See, for instance, if you teach mathematics, for instance, you are teaching a lot of formulae. You are teaching them, all that formula like a plus b whole square and things like that. If you give the evolution of the formula, if you give the logic behind the formula, then the student will not have to remember it. It will come to them by itself. It will not have to be taught. It will not have to be mugged up. So I see one of my old teacher, maths teacher. What he used to do was he used to do like this. If he has to teach a very simple old formula like a plus b whole square, what he used to do was he will take a small square, like representing a with a dimension, length and width. Then he will take a quantity b with different length and width, for instance. Then he will demonstrate how the aggregation of a and b whole square will convert into a square plus b square plus ab. So 2ab. Like that, he used to demonstrate by a practical example. See, if that happens, what will happen is that the student will retain the formula and he knows that how it will be applied. He will tell where it is applied like that. For instance, if I when I'm teaching, I used to teach to my students in XLRA. Then, when I give a concept of, let's say, present value, for instance, people will get confused. What is present value? It's highly conceptual. It should not give like that. You should not say it's present value. First, let us say you have 100 rupees with you. You give it to the bank. Bank will return you 110 rupees after 1 year. Bank will return to you 121 rupees after 2 years. So the present value of 110 is 100. Present value of 121 returnable to you after 2 years is 100. So that way the concept of present value is given to them. After doing this concept, then it is put into a formula that it is 1 by 1 plus I to the power of n. So if I tell him first 1 plus 1 by 1 plus I to the power of n, he will say, forget about this formula. If I say it is nothing but present value, it is on day-to-day basis. You're also doing every day, you're going to the bank, you're investing money, you're getting return out of that money. The concept of present value is nothing but money valued today, which will come to you after 1, 2, 3, or 4 years or n number of years. So that way, in a large way, our training institutions like Pratham, they teach this model very well. They teach the rural students in such a way that they don't have resources like our, all that screen and smart class and all that sort of thing. So they teach the students beautifully. They make them make a circle, divide the circle into half. They do that on the ground. On the ground, they say, make a circle. then the circle is divided into half, and the circle is divided into further half. Then it says this is half of a whole number. Then it says is one fourth of a whole number. So then it says he puts some value to that. Then he says, okay, add by one fourth and add the remaining one fourth and see what happens. It becomes half. So that way the students learn more from practice than application oriented than conceptual learning. And some time back, I heard in one of my trips to the south, that person who in the temple, he was telling me that there's like a chariot when the god is drawn on a festival day, on a chariot, like our Ratha Yatra. There is a chariot. There are so many wheels on the chariot, and people drag it. So he says, you see, very often you see the हाँ, ये बत्ती जला दीजिए तो पाला वाला हाँ. Very often you heard the term, uh, area of a circle like pi r square, etc. So people get confused with what the value of pi. So this guy says that you watch this chariot, the wheel right in the first wheel of a chariot ahead is a small wheel. As the length of the chariot goes back and back and back, then the wheel at the back is the biggest wheel. So it says that when the front wheel takes 7 turns, 21 turns, the back wheel has taken only 7 turns. That way he tries to he tries to demonstrate what is 21 by 7, which is the value of a pi. So if you teach like this, the student will be more and more curious to learn and evolve the formula, then make it applicable. Why are you teaching all these things? So more application oriented it will become. That way, if you make our children more and more ready for applying their knowledge, it will be our education will be more useful. That is the idea of our new education policy. Though it says that you have to have a large, campuses, minimum 500 students should be there, and all the facilities, all the faculties, all the disciplines, they should interact with each other, and they should learn from each other apart from learning in the classroom. And that way, exchange of ideas, application of ideas on day to day, all this learning process will be strengthened that way. That way, learning process is strengthened. So, the opportunities in our country are galore. We are aiming to be, as of now, we are sixth largest economy in the world. By 2024, we expect that we will be fifth largest economy in the world by at almost our GDP, our gross domestic product will grow in such a way that our economy will be fifth largest economy in the world. We are moving in that direction. We should be third largest economy in the world as per Prime Minister's vision in the next few years' time. As of now, but originally it was thought that by the end of 2020, 21, we will be fifth largest economy in the world. It is likely to happen because the sixth economy, we are in sixth, and between sixth and fifth position, the difference is very narrow. Hoping that our economy will not grow this year, but will drop less than the UK economy, and we will become fifth economy in the world. But we have to become third in the world in the next 4 to 5 years' time. If that has to happen, imagine the opportunities it will give to the youngsters. As my principal has correctly said, our average age of population is about 29 to 30. What will happen is it will throw up enormous opportunity of application of our knowledge in the economy. That will happen only if we train our students to be more application oriented than having a conceptual knowledge. So all our teachers should always strive for that. We will definitely be growing economy wise, more and more opportunity will get thrown, but our student should be able to be future ready to grab the opportunity thrown by our economic growth. It is bound to happen, and the whole world is watching us. So our education system has always been very strong in बैठने को दो. Our education system has always been very strong, and over the years, over the last few generations, we have kind of lost the eminence in our education system, and we should try to regain that. All our teachers and training of the trainers of the teachers should also hold that as a mission, that our student should be more ready for taking on this responsibility upon ourselves for their own future as well as for the future of our country. I'm very happy that my principal gave me an opportunity to share my thought with you, and I'm 100% sure that in a small way we will also contribute in this in this effort of our country's growth in the years to come. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You have given us a vision and you have guided us. This your experience. We are really blessed to have you today and always. Sir, you are very right that we have to apply the knowledge in practical life also. We have to learn from each other, and this learning process should be strengthened. I am sure our teachers have got uh, an insight, and we will all try to we'll all try to apply this in our classrooms also. Thank you very much, sir. And now I request uh, Dr. Suman Sharma to please propose vote of thanks. Sir, would you like to interact with the students? Some
Are there
students are
any
there.
questions from the student we can
If there
take,
are
or
any questions?
some questions student want to add a few lines, add their own thoughts on ideas? Any
Vishwa
of the
Joshi,
student may like to say something?
Vishwa, Archana Singh, Vishwa Joshi, or some students are there. Would you like to ask some questions? No. No, sir. Suman, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Yeah.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I myself, Suman Sharma, really a privilege to give vote of thanks on this occasion of the legacy celebration of Mr. Maulana Abdul Azad. And we are celebrating, as we all know, as a day of education day. And as our president, B. Chandrasekhar sir says that education and knowledge, you can say, the one and only wealth which is not deprived after the sharing. And we are really very privileged that we are in the field of the education, and we are preparing the future people teachers for the future bright education. I'm very thankful for the insightful idea of the Pratham Priyas by the government teachers, as you shared, sir. As sir says that this is really a new view of for the conceptual for the conceptual and the applying education, we should also apply this pattern of the teaching in our education system. During the internship, we should be follow this applying and the conceptual education system, so that the new pupil teachers can be easily encouraged to be used in their internship. And we will definitely use this pattern, sir. Thank you for insight and gives us this idea. And I just want to be also give an idea to be our teachers that in short and kind master and fun learning activity apes, you can use this and can get the idea for preparing these videos. And this will be help you to take an idea to how to prepare the videos, which can be attractive and easy to be understand to the students. uh, Next, I would like to thank our secretary, ma'am, Priya Dharmarajan, ma'am, and I would like to extend my thank to my our Juhi Samarpita principal, ma'am, and all the teachers and students who present in this uh, meeting, and really very thankful to the all present and listeners. Once again, I wish that we will all use this idea of our chairperson, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for share this idea with all of us on this education day and make this day very insightful to us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Suman. Thank you, Suman. It was
Thank you, ma'am.
a very short and enriching experience we had today, and we must, all of us, we must remember what Sir has said, that all the assets will diminish, but education will never diminish. As teachers, we should always keep sharing our knowledge. Thank you for your pearls of wisdom, sir. And with that, we can end the meeting today.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for organizing it a short notice. It was very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Sudeep. Acha, dear students, please see this. This is the e-certificate you will be getting. Those who have participated in today's essay competition, those who have participated in today's essay competition will get this e-certificate through their mail. Topic was online teaching versus classroom teaching. So we look forward, keep checking your mail. You will get it within a couple of days.